In this episode, how you combine mobility training and functional training with strength training. Ba, ba, ba.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Yes, indeed. Welcome, everyone, to episode 547. Happy fucking Saturday. Episode 547 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, I'm so flexing. We all flex our biceps. And just so you know, if you watch or listen to this and you catch it on SoundCloud or iTunes, or you're watching me flex in your face on YouTube or Facebook, make sure that you flex. You have to watch and flex. Don't just watch or listen and be one of those jabronis. Make sure you flex along with Papa Swolio. Welcome to a nice, beautiful Saturday. It's gorgeous outside, and today is the third part in the series, Flexible, Functional, and Motherfucking Fit. And it's part 3, and I told you today we'd be talking about combining your mobility with strength training, but before we get into that, let's get to the question of the day. And today it's from Alakshendre Joshi, and I don't even know if I said that correctly, so I'm going to call you AJ, and it's from YouTube, and he or she asks, I think you missed your calling as the new Aquaman with all those serious gains. Aw, AJ. Also, ask Papa Swolio how to get through plateaued periods. Well, AJ, and that wasn't to insult you, I just don't have an icon. I don't know if that, what gender that name refers to, but thank you so much, Brosevis, for the question. And how do you get through those plateau periods? Thank you for the Aquaman thing. There's no way in hell I'm going to go watch that Justice League movie, but the beard plays and I'm down with it. So how do you get through those plateau periods? Well, first, when it comes to a plateau, I think a lot of people quit or give up or back off before they even know if it's a plateau. A plateau might seem like a plateau in the short term, but when you look at it on like a macro scale, it could be like a slow incline, or it could be just before you explode or you pop. So don't be so quick to call a plateau a plateau. How you feel. Usually when I ask people, well, how do you know you're on a plateau? That's the million dollar question, right? How do you know you're on a plateau? And of course, I'm not talking to you right now, so you can't answer me. But if you're watching, what do you do? First off, if you're watching right now, drop a comment below. How do you get through a plateau? How do you personally get through a plateau? I want to know what your method is, and you're going to hear what I'm saying right now. First off, I will ask, how do you know you're in a plateau? Are you measuring calories? Are you measuring weight? Are you measuring strength? Are you analyzing body fat percentage? How do you know? Is it just by how you feel? Because 9 times out of 10, when I ask that question, it's just an emotional thing. It's how you feel. And how you feel is a manipulative bitch. Your feelings are an asshole. It's just a fucking asshole. It's that person that's like, you suck, or you're not going to be able to do that. You can't win. Man, it's that friend that you need to get rid of. That's what your feelings and your emotions are. And so many times we do things off emotion. We do things off feelings. And when you step back and you look at it analytically, it's like, holy shit. My feelings are the only thing I can control. My feelings are controlling my entire fucking life. And they're absolutely wrong. So I can't answer that question. Isn't that amazing? I can't answer that question because I don't know what you mean by plateaued periods. I mean, if it's a weight thing, it could be increased calories or decreased calories. If it's a strength thing, it could be change up the exercise or do more frequently or do more volume. Like, I don't know the context, but I challenge each and every one of you watching or listening to think about that. When you hit a plateau, are you really analyzing it? Are you sure it's a plateau, or is it just up here? Is it just upstairs? Because I'll tell you, it gets messy upstairs. Thank you so much, AJ, for the question. I appreciate it. Remember, if you want your question featured right here on the Daily Swole, ask it below in the comments with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And before we jump into today's episode, if you want to have a chance to be entered to win apparel from Swolenormous with my bearded face on it, you want FaceTimes, lesson packs, programs, all the giveaways that I'm doing every week for Daily Swole Club, tag a friend in the comments. You have to tag a friend and then use the hashtag Daily Swole Club, and you'll be automatically entered to win. So thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Saturday, episode 547 of the Daily Mother Swole. Ho, 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 ooh, ooh. Now that we got that ridiculous bullshit out of the way with my grunting and who knows what the hell that is. It's practically a fucking nervous tick at this point. It's Saturday. Let's talk about combining your mobility work with your strength training. So yesterday we were discussing foam rolling, yoga mats, yoga blocks. And the day before we we're talking about why you're jacked up and why you're fucked up and why your back is bothering you because your hips are shut down because you're sitting on them and blah, blah, blah. So how do we combine this? So let's say you're doing your yoga or you have your foam rolling down. How do you combine that with your strength training? My first take on this is not to overwhelm yourself because most of you are going to think, oh man, it's hard enough for me already to get to the gym. Now I got to add yoga, or now I got to add mobility, and now I got to add foam rolling. I'm not going to have time. So what's going to happen? You're not going to do it, and you're going to keep on perpetuating this problem. So you blend it. I mean, if you have more time and you want to divert more time to it, that's great. You'll benefit from it. So first off, do your mobility on off days. So don't take any off days. And what I mean by that is don't take any days where you do absolutely fucking nothing. You shouldn't do resistance training every day, but on those quote off days when you would generally not go to the gym, do your foam rolling, do yoga, do some type of mobility work to help recover actively. And you have to train, you have to be active and actively try to grow and to damage the muscle and to do weight training. You have to do the same thing. You have to be active in your recovery. So if you're not active in your recovery, you are not going to recover properly. So you have to be proactive in that. And so don't take any days off. Just scratch that from the books. There's no such thing as a day off. It's either mobility work or foam rolling, or you're doing resistance training and that in addition. Also, you could do yoga. Let's say you're doing on the same day. Let's say you really have limited days and you can only do it at the same time. Do your yoga after. You could do a little pre-strength training flow, but you could do your yoga. If you want to do a full yoga class, a lot of people do strength training and like do yoga right after. Some people, it's too much, but you could do that right after because it's a great inhibition and lengthening after a strength training workout. And you could also perform activation exercises as part of your warm-up. So things like the hip bridges and single leg squat and all those things that we've talked about in my workshops and in my 90-day dash program and in all those lessons that we've gone over on Swolenormous X, these methods can be used as part of your warm-up. You can do activation exercises that will help keep you in proper alignment for your strength training. And it is proactive. You're just preparing your body, you're priming your body so you can make it part of your routine. And be consistent. Really, beyond all that, be consistent. No matter what you choose, whether you do it on your off days and, after strength training, or you do it as part of your warm-up, like whatever you decide to integrate it, however you decide to integrate it in that sense, make sure you're consistent. Don't make excuses for it. Don't write it off. Don't just be half-assed with it. It's important that you are in your flow and you make that part of it. Don't think about it as adding to. Think of it as integral and interwoven like a rope. Once you start, mentally, putting it as like an addition, you're less likely to appreciate, you're less likely to focus on it, you're less likely to add it and be consistent with it. So don't make it something that you are adding, make it something that you are implementing and integrating, working it in, okay? So make sure right now you comment below what you do. I want to know what you do, and the whole Swolenormous community wants to know how you are implementing this in your strength training routine and with your strength training. And also, what have you done thus far? Because tomorrow is the final part of this series on being flexible, functional, and fit. What have you been doing so far in the last couple of days? Now that you've hearing me drop all these knowledge nukes, what are you doing to implement all this stuff? What have you changed? Okay, so I want to know what you're doing to combine this with your strength training, how you have implemented some of this new knowledge into your routine, because it's been a couple days. Some of you are going to hear this and be like, shoot, I got to get a foam roll, I got to start doing yoga, blah, blah. Have you taken action? What's the action that you've taken? And I want you to take action because you can talk all you want, but it's all about taking action. And remember, if you want your question featured at the beginning of every episode, well, your question, I'm not going to feature the same question over and over again. That'll be so fucking boring. But if you want your question featured, make sure you drop in the comments below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And if you want to be automatically entered to win some awesome swag, one-on-one FaceTime calls, lesson packs, programs with Swolenormous X, make sure that you tag a friend and use the hashtag Daily Swole Club in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 547 of the Daily Sleazy, the most muscular sleaze cast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. And just a reminder, you can catch this episode every day at 12 noon Eastern time right here on Facebook and YouTube. You can catch some clips also on Instagram with the Ask Papa Swoleos, and you can listen to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you tomorrow for part 4 for Sunday Fun Day for the Flexible, Functional, and Fit series, part 4. Let's close it out strong. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose. I'll see you all tomorrow for 540 Ocho.